Aloha gang, Dr. Russ Rosen here, and it's just about over the hump. We're just about there, so I have my very special colored shirt for you today to lighten up. You got spring coming, right? The snow is leaving, and we're almost over the hump. Listen, visit 1 and visit 2 are the killer part. You're almost through with that. Daily interactions, re-exam, re-report, how to deal with difficult questions, that kind of stuff gets much easier, and you'll see that it will all come together for you. And it's a whole lot of fun from here on out. So put in the time, put in the effort on ROF Part 3 here. You're going to see it'll all come together. A few tips that I think are valuable. Just remember, ROF Part 1, 2, and 3 are all done in one visit. Now, could you separate them out? You could, but they're meant to be done in one visit. ROF Part 1 is reviewing information. ROF Part 2 is can we help and find out what they really want. ROF Part 3, which is this module of Module 5, is simply show them how they can have it. And don't kid yourself. Does it make a difference how you present it to them? Absolutely. If you've read Cialdini stuff, you've seen. I can say a sentence one way and have 20% people sign up, and I can say it in another way and have 80% of the people sign up. So it makes a huge difference. You want to go through it in detail and get it down. Couple of tips, couple of points. Let's take a look at my little notes here. We are going to have, I do recommend using Miles Bodson's cashpractice.com program. Do you have to use it? Of course not. Could you use something very similar? Absolutely. Could you just kind of take concepts from it and make it your own? Absolutely. But he is going to be on the call at the beginning of the call. You have any questions about Cash Practice, make sure that you're on the call to ask the questions. Of course, out of your time zone, flip us an email. We'll ask those questions for you. As far as the Dive Deeper section, there's 3 pieces of the Dive Deeper section. We get asked all the time, well, how do I know how to figure out my recommendations or treatment plan? So we have how to figure out recommendations. Listen to that. It will give you a very good understanding of how you are going to figure it out. Obviously, there's no one size fits all. Different chiropractors, different techniques, different intents and purposes. But it will help you figure it out for you. We also have I can't afford care. Listen, that's a big one. You'll hear that from people. Well, I just can't afford it. There are many steps we need to do to lead up to the point, and then once you're actually there, things you want to do. So listen to that one. And then we have murky water. Murky water is when you see someone hem and haw. So you talk about the finances, they say they want to get to this level of health. Remember, in ROF Part 3, we're now to the place where we're no longer telling, we're simply asking, what do you want? I mean, what do you really want? I want this. Great, let me show you how you can have it. So the murky water is just simply when they're hemming and hawing, how do we deal with it? Well, the answer is, as always, you need to clarify the problem so the solution becomes self-evident. If somebody's true problem was that they didn't feel that they could afford it, would that be a different solution for them as opposed to somebody who just didn't believe it? Of course. So you need to clarify, is it a financial issue, a down payment, a monthly payment, the number of visits? I'm not sure this will work for me, something else altogether. You've already got time out of the way. So you clarify that. We show you exactly how to do it. And in the live call on Tuesday, we'll be going into some great detail about that, so make sure you don't miss. Also remember, it's critical in this one to use both forms. We've got the 12-month Optimal Health Plan, which has all the red writing on it, and then we have ROF Part 3 Doctor's Recommendations Form 1. And I go over this in detail in the presentation, but remember, this has a red 1 on it, and this has a red 1. This has a red 2, and that has a red 2. This one here has all of the quote-unquote scripting, so you can learn it. But as far as how it goes in the flow and how it goes in real life, and if I were studying this, I would use this form. So this gives you the detail, and this gives you the overview, and you got to have them together, or it just simply doesn't work. As always, you want to pace yourself. You want to make this your own. Some people, remember, you're painting a white room black. It's going to take several coats. Some of you are painting it, it's drying, you're painting it, it's drying, you're diving in real deep. Some of you are kind of dipping your toe in the water and just kind of painting a little at a time. It all works. That's why you have this all on your computer. That's why you own this, and you don't have to pay me every single month so you can review this information. This will be a lifetime process. the rest of your life, you want to get better at your communications, right? If you follow that Rosen Mastery process where just imagine you've got it wired, then this week I'm taping Visit 1 and listening to it with my checklist. Next week, Visit 2. Next week, Daily Interactions. Next week, Re-Exam, Re-Report. Next week, back to Visit 1. It's like painting the Golden Gate Bridge, right? So you're going to want to review this over and over and over again as if you were a professional, because you are. 2 other bonuses that we're going to be adding is on April 26th. Brian Capra of Billing Precision will be doing a special call. Look, if you're looking for a great software to take notes with, as well as someone to bill and collect for you, as well as to cover your butt and bulletproof you, then you want to be on this seminar, right? As far as if you do use insurance, you really want to be on this one. So it's just for you guys, and he'll be answering any questions. We'll be going into a lot of detail. How do I code and all that kind of good stuff, and what really works and what really doesn't work out there, and how they're changing it all the time, etc. Also on May 10th, Angela from ChiroTouch is going to do a call for us. And if you don't know ChiroTouch, as far as I'm concerned, they have one of the best or the best softwares out there. So if you're looking for a software system not to do billing and collections, I really recommend ChiroTouch. Both of them are putting specific things together for Rosen coaching clients. Both of them will have the ability to put up the TTAT chart that the person circled and underlined, so you can see that on each visit. Both of them are going to have our stats sheet, so the numbers will automatically go into the stat sheet, and it will drill down. It will show really cool things in it, like you can look at when people stop care, and then we'll be putting in information as to if they stop care on their 3rd visit, it means one thing. If they stop right before the re-exam, it means something else. If they're stopping right after the re-report, it means something else. And you'll be able to drill down and show graphs. When are people stopping? Who is stopping? And what reasons are they stopping for? I think it's really valuable. They're both putting together macros for us. In Module 6, when we get to daily interactions, you're going to see anything new or different. Last time we saw this going on. This time we see this going on. Any idea why that is? Give a coaching tip on the way out. Okay? So they're having macros where you can literally fill that out in about 10 to 15 seconds, and you'll be able to look at it and know exactly where they were last time, what you were predicting that they might expect to see, what you wanted to talk about this time. All that stuff will take you about 10, 15, 20 seconds at most. So it's some really killer stuff, and I hope you'll be on those calls. On the email with this link, you'll also see another link to YouTube. It's a great 1:40 YouTube on the power of words, and why words and the way that we, in essence, get our message out there makes such an incredible difference. Can't recommend enough that you watch that, because in Laser, that's exactly what we're doing. We're helping you learn to communicate in a different way so that you can have the kind of response that you'll see in this video. As always, if you have any questions, we're here to help. Flip us an email. Anything that's going on, you let us know. We're going to help. It's as simple as that. Do your part. We will do our part and over-deliver in every way we can. So I look forward to our call next week. Get through this one. I know it's difficult. From here on out, it gets easy. As always, much love and aloha. Bye, gang.